Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Devin, and I want to talk to you guys about math. But I'm going to do it a little simpler. We're going to talk about Schrödinger's cat. If you haven't heard of Schrödinger's cat, it's basically a thought experiment, and that is all that it truly is. Okay? The idea of this experiment existing broke open a lot of different ideas. Okay, so it works like this: you take a cat, you place a cat in a box, you put a poison in the box that is going to go off at a timer. You close the box. You stand back from the box and you observe it. Now, at the point that you're observing it, you have to admit mathematically that the cat is alive and dead. You haven't opened the box, so you don't know whether the cat is alive or whether it's dead. And if you don't know, then somewhere in this reality has to exist that it's alive and dead at the exact same time. So this completely puzzled physicists. At this point in time, they now were looking at things completely differently because of the fact that this had never been described before. And technically, according to all the math, it is true. The cat is both alive and dead until the observer actually looks at the cat. Okay? Now, the problem with this is that the observer, who is Schrodinger, is looking at a box. He's not actually looking at the cat, he's looking at the box. Well, the box can be measured. It's a certain size, it's a certain height, it's a certain weight. All of these things can be measured from the outside. But if you never actually open the lid, if you never actually look at the cat, you don't know whether it's alive or dead. And you can do math on both sides. This is actually called constant velocity. It's the idea that there are two different ways that you can perceive something and still have math that will verify that side. Now, the reason we're talking about this is because everything that Schrödinger did, everything that that thought experiment did, never opened the box. As long as the box remained closed, we could say that the cat is both alive and dead. As soon as you open the box, you collapse all possibilities of the cat being alive or dead, depending on what your outcome is. Okay, so if I open the box and I see that the cat is dead, then of course I eliminate all the possibilities of the fact that it could be alive. If I open the box and I find out the cat is alive, I eliminate all the possibilities that the cat could be dead. Okay? This is what is called one-directional math. Okay? You can observe it, you can measure it, you can look at it, you can measure the buoyancy, you can measure the distance, you can do all these different things from the outside. But there's a math that is missing. There's a math that is very important because while Schrödinger was standing on the outside looking at this box, what ended up happening is everything that he wrote down was from the observer's perspective. He wasn't sure. He was confused. He didn't know. But you know who did know? The cat. The cat was not confused. It didn't need to know the mathematical equations. It was either alive or dead. It is or it isn't. It has a whole entire biological system inside of its body that runs on patterns we don't ever talk about. So because he never opened the box, he never actually verified if the cat was alive or dead, which means there is another math that is actually happening that we're not talking about, which is what the cat is actually experiencing. Now, for spiritual people, if the cat is a spiritual cat, if the cat is even not spiritual, if the cat is Egyptian, right? Cats have multiple lives. They are animals that can get out of anything. So the odds that the cat is alive inside the box, regardless of the poison, there's a possibility that the toxin maybe didn't release on the timer. Maybe the timer didn't go off. So you could still view that and say the cat could be alive, and it could be alive for a lot of different reasons. The cat knows whether it's alive or dead. You know whether you are happy, whether you are sad, whether you are scared, whether you are joyful. That is a different type of math. That's the math that Nikola Tesla was talking about. That's where he was basically saying that if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. This is a different math. This math follows 3, 6, and 9s. This math follows patterns. This doesn't have fractions and carryovers. This is clean. And so when you look at these two different maths, I'm not saying that one is greater than the other. That isn't the point. They go hand in hand with each other. And this is something that I've been teaching quite a bit, which is that when you're looking at a 3, 4, 5 triangle, you cannot collapse this side into the base, or you collapse the whole triangle any more than you can take the base and collapse it into the side, right? The idea is you have to hold them in a perpendicular. You have to hold them in a 90-degree angle. So you need to hold the value of the math from the observer, and you need to hold the value of the math from the IM. The IM is the center of space. It is the is. It is who you are. And it is exactly what the cat was inside the box that we never measured because we only looked from the outside. All right? Get your 9 vibes aligned.